What's going on, YouTube? It's BirdCat8. Last video before Nationals. I have 2 cards to show. Still give me a longer video, but not long, super long, but I'm going to do the thing that I was thinking about lately, and it might be just like a given, but I don't think until we say something that it's not going. It's the thing is not going to change. But I've got National stuff. I'm going to get some cards graded at National. Got my way there. So thank you, Jason. Thank you, Michael. Going to see everybody. Can't wait for that. I just can't wait. That's the greatest part. You know, if I find a few Bart stars, holy cripes, it's just the cherry on top. Because it's the people I want to see. I need a break. I'm getting that break starting today. 12 days off in a row. And I get to see some like-minded people like myself. You know, just very card-oriented. I don't have that. So it's you guys that do and have people around you, you are so lucky. You are so lucky you can't like bounce things off of people like in person. That's the greatest thing in the world to me. So I'm gonna see some card fellas. That's exciting. And I'm gonna do a few things at the grading. I'm gonna do some blowout stuff. I know I'm gonna have fun. Not expecting you set your expectations high. What you're gonna find, you're gonna get disappointed. So I'm not expecting anything. But there hasn't been. I think the hardest National for me was the Atlantic City National. This didn't have much for me there. It was a very tough week. But then last year made up for that times 10. So I was on cloud 9 last year, and it's my least favorite National probably is Chicago because I just don't like the setup. I don't like the place that I don't know. I just don't like it. Atlantic City was expensive. The setup was better, I thought. But anyways, whatever. A couple cards to show. Fantastically fun cards to show. But the one thing I wanted to talk about, which leads into this card, is what I'm going to talk with the Panini representative that I know, Nick. I'm going to talk to him about the lack of or the getting away from action shots on cards. It's still there. It's not gone. But I think some of the most special cards that you can have are the action shots. There's a few exceptions to that. There is. There's some great set cards that are just not my favorite to look at as far as photos. But there's some low-end base cards that are fantastic action shots, especially back in the day. Here's an example, and this is the same set. I'm going to show a card from this set later. But look at this is just a guy standing there. Charlie Taylor. Go and get an action shot. I know they have licensing and all that kind of stuff that they only can use certain photos, but go get an action shot. Is it that much to ask? I think we should demand it. I think it's the new wave of everything we want. It shouldn't be whatever they give us. It shouldn't be that. It should be what we demand, right? It should be what we want. So that's the next big thing for me is I want the action shots the most. So this one isn't terrible. It's on the field. You might be like walking off from a play, but the play is over. But Andre Tippett, how cool is that though? The old school uniform picture though. I'm glad they used the old school uniform. I love those uniforms. So Mr. Everett Wenzel, there's another Patriot in my set. Awesome. Hopefully one day I don't have to fucking purchase a Brady like that. That would fucking be nuts. But I would do it. I would do it if I had to. So, Andre Tippett. Oh, yes, number 43 out of 50. I'm glad I picked one up because I've only seen like 5. And Gold Saturn's been out for a couple weeks now, so I don't know where the rest of them are, but anyways, I got mine. My autograph is a little bit to be desired. It's a little light in a couple areas, but beggars can't be choosers. If I can upgrade later, I will. That's how it goes in the card community. Upgrading is not a felony. People do it all the time, and people shouldn't be mad about it. There's a couple of you that are going to know what that meant. Just saying. What's it your business? It's not. It's not your business. Forget about it. Anyways, enough of that. So this next card has a great story. That's why I left it for last. Plus, it's awesome. I was posting something on some of the Facebook groups, and this guy showed me this card. I says, "Well, I already have that." I says, "But I'd like to have a number on it, you know." He says, "Well, I'm only trading. And you have any Lions stuff?" I'm like, "I don't have other stuff. Not really. I sold all that stuff. Most of it. I still have some here and there." And I just saw a mourning dove just laying on my porch. Anyways, I'm distracted all the time. You should see me at work. Just never pay attention. I don't know. I'm surprised I haven't got run over by a car yet. It's just the way it is. I just get distracted so easily. So he said he only wanted Lions. I says, and I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, and I know that. I mean, the point that I know that, and I know my limitations, it just hit me one day. I know a guy that's trying to get rid of some stuff and try to move some stuff. So I messaged my good friend Luke, and I said, "What do you have any Lions for sale?" And I gave him a number range, and he says, "I have this." I says, "Holy shit. This is perfect. Let me see if the guy wants to trade this straight up. If he does, then I'll purchase it." And sure enough, he says, "Yep, I'll trade that for it." And I'm just flabbergasted because the card I'm going to show you, I know I could get a lot more for him, but that's the whole thing about cards. The turnover. But this one is going to go in the graded pile, I think, at National. 2001 Upper Deck. Pros and Process. It's the third one I own. Pros and Process Piece of History Jersey Auto of Bart Starr. I traded Spectra Hall of Fame Auto of Barry Sanders for it. So this I just got one this last, and I sold it for $320 in Raz. This one looks like way better shape, and it might grade. So that's why I thought I'm gonna get some opinions on it. I have some of the greatest eyes in the world I'm gonna be seeing this week, so they'll give me the yay or nay. I'm gonna check out the surface a little bit more, but it looks good. Looks good. So I basically spent $150 to get that card in the long. After all the shipping and stuff, I probably $160 into it because I had to ship one. So $155-ish. So thank you, Luke Counts, for making that happen. Johnny on the spot with a Barry Sanders. Love that. Love that. And that's the great thing about knowing people in the card community. I would have never been able to found a card like that unless I knew some people, right? You start knowing some people, you can, in the long run, yeah, I'm gonna make double my money, if not more, on it, you know, or use it for another trade bait for another Bart Starr. If it grades out, it might be in the 500 range, or more, you know. I already have one graded out at 9.510. I don't need another one of these. I sold one raw last time for $320. This one might grade out. This one might be more. So, wheeling and dealing. And that's the fun part about knowing your hobby and knowing your... I said this before. I know 3 things, but I do those 3 things really well. And one of those 3 things is Bart Starr cards. And even then, I'm still learning stuff daily. But I am so engaged into it, and I pick up information on it easier than anything else, because if something interests me, I am all over it. I absorb it like a sponge, and I just try to learn more and more about it. And Bart Starr stuff, I'm learning more and more about, and I love it. And I love it. It's people say when you play or collect, you're just limiting your collecting to one little bit. I don't only play or collect. It's probably 90% of what I do, maybe 80% that I do my set. That'll eventually quit, and then I'll have something else to work on. But I do other little things here. Stuff that keeps my bankroll going. If you don't, then you're losing out. Because if it's not something that you're going to cherish, then you don't have to keep it. I don't cherish everything that's on this desk, and I have plenty of it. What am I going to do with a David Njoku autograph? You know what I mean? I don't cherish that. It'll eventually leave this house once I get my ass moving on it. This is pretty cool. This is good trade bait stuff. Jim Thorpe, Letterman. Just saying, there's stuff. It's trade bait stuff. You know, what really interests me is my set and my bar stars and my Packer stuff and my certain Packer stuff. I'm getting very selective about that. It's just part of being a collector, I think. It's advancing yourself. I still love doing sets, but this set is the set of sets. And I love doing it. It's the most set. I did the 2010 Topps Magic Stamp set out of 10. And this one's way more fulfilling than that. But I wasn't an idiot either. And I sold that set right off the bat. 2 weeks after I completed it. Even though I hated to do it. I did it, and those things sell for nothing now. Absolutely, I wouldn't have got a tenth of what I paid to it back if I didn't sell. I actually made money when I sold it right away. It's been a while now. But that's it. That's my rambling. 2 cards, 12 minutes. This is what it's going to be like at Nats. And I'm just going to be like, there's actually going to be someone to give me feedback. But I love talking cards. That's just the way I am. And if I get feedback through this, you just wait for it. But even then, if I don't get feedback and I get views, and I'm happy that people have seen it and enjoy it enough to watch me for a few minutes at least. So I'll see all you fools at the National. If I don't see it at the National, I'll be looking for stuff for you. I always do. I always look. You just message me if you know any way I get a hold of me. Message me and I will find. If I find anything that I know you need, I will definitely get it in the mail to you. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you in about 10 days. Love you guys. Here we go! National time, the best time of the year.